So like you said in the very beginning, we've all said yes when we wanted to say no. And you've also thought, how can I get out of this dinner party? How can I not do this? I hope they cancel before I do.
Right. So that what I have seen in the discussions we've had here, Alex can attest to this with other guests, that we've talked about how do you have that code, the communication with people, and especially people that is in your more inner circles. I've started to have a code. I have friends that live in different places like you in Alberta and Hong Kong. One of them, I have a code. If you send a pair of pants, it's a 3-hour time difference where she lives.
Yes.
It means it's not necessarily a struggle thing coming at us. It could be something really exciting or something that I need someone to talk to.
Yes.
That's your warning.
Yes.
Like it may be 6 a.m. for me.
Yes.
Or get dressed or get ready. We're FaceTiming, and we may FaceTime for 2 hours.
Okay.
But then it's just, we're talking from time to time.
Yes.
And I think everyone has been put into the position of you got to be high maintenance for every second of your life instead of having quality, low maintenance friendships that, hey, I haven't seen you in person in a while, you and I.
I know.
But I didn't hesitate to I'm going to call you now.
I know, right?
Right?
Yes.
But that's because we have that established rapport.
And we can pick up where we leave off.
Right. Where lots of people don't. And they, like you were just talking about, some people want to say no. I think Sue talked about this in the first episode of the season. I just want to say no, thank you.
End of.
But a lot of people have been trained, like you've said.
I
need to give the justification of why me as an adult can't come for coffee with you now.
Exactly.
Instead of accepting, Bridget has written me, Mike, I wanted to have coffee, but I can't.
Yes.
And I should be like, is everything good? Like, I want to know you're good.
Okay.
But I don't need to know the nitty gritty. Like, something has changed. You're not feeling it. You're tired. There's another priority in your life.
And I think that goes back to boundaries.
Yes.
I think we can have a healthy discussion and come up with a new way of talking about this by saying, you know what, my capacity is overloaded. Right? But not a lot of people understand their own visual of what that capacity is. They see capacity with their own capacity to deal with things. So when someone says, I don't have any capacity, the person that's receiving that goes, no, you're 100% full. I know you are. Because that's how they are.
They're seeing it, yes.
Okay? So we have to have, I think, the grace to look at somebody else's life and go, okay, they've just told me they're at capacity. That's all they needed to tell me.
The grace with some space.
The grace with space. There we go. I love that.
And you're reminding me of another one.
Yeah.
I used to use it when I was teaching.
Right.
We take care of our cars better than we ourselves.
Sometimes. You should see my car.
Oh, no.
I've got
Maybe Bridget's
no.
outlier.
I used to be before we had dogs. And now I have George.
But you must have the brakes checked. Oil.
Next question.
Bridget, next question. Oh, don't put that on record, Alex. But
moving on.
The reference is about how do you get a car running if you don't put gas in it?
Right.
Once the gas is out, the car ain't going to run.
Right.
So it's sort of similar, eating breakfast, sleeping, having some boundaries with others. So with what I've heard you've shared with your life experience and all the many different pathways, which has set you on a new pathway.
I know.
What is a boundary that you have now put in place? Is there something out of your recent and what you're going through now that you have put in place?
I would say
this is something that, what, I'm going to sharpen this one, or I'm going to change what I do this way. Is there
I
one
don't know
that
if I'd
comes to
call them
mind?
boundaries, but I would call them definitive things that I do every day. Every day, I sit on my front porch with my cup of tea.
Okay, the cup
and
of
I
tea.
have... Yeah, I don't drink. I would love to have coffee. I love coffee, but I can't drink without sugar. And I kind of,
You're from the UK. Are you allowed to just have coffee? No.
Well, okay. We would have instant coffee.
Oh, instant coffee.
Instant. The most
In
gross.
Britain?
Oh. Before coffee was such a big thing in Britain.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, before,
okay.
every corner had a coffee shop.
Right.
It was a pub, right?
Of course it was a pub.
A pub and a curry house.
That's right.
That's how people used to direct somebody.
That's right.
You turn right at this pub, left at that pub.
I go to that one. I love it.
Right. But no, seriously, I find now I have to have my... I'm nearly 60, so I'm kind of like, I need that little bit of grace to wake myself up in the morning. I will sit there with my cup of tea.
And you said you're
Sometimes
outside on
meditate.
the porch? Outside?
Yeah, if it's not too cold, and if
Right.
it's inside, I have a lovely little place I sit on inside next to the fireplace. And then in the evenings, doesn't matter what time I get home,
Okay.
even when I've been on my feet all day and all I want to do is curl up in my gym jams
Yes.
and sit comfortably, I will go and sit outside and I'll watch the sunset with George.
Okay.
And for anybody who's listening, George is my mastiff, and
Right.
he is the I call him the beast.
The beast.
So George will sit by my side, and in
Yes.
fact, as soon as he sees me pouring my evening drink,
He's ready to roll?
he's ready to roll.
Oh, my
and
God.
he hears the fridge open, and he hears me pouring, and he's at the door. He's like, "Come on, Mum, come on." Those ground me.
Oh, okay, good.
So
word.
I need the grounding as I wake up, and I need the grounding as I
You're
sort of finish
bookending
my
it,
day.
the bookending.
And that is allowing me to. What are you giggling at?
I'm giggling because there's a beginning,
Yeah.
a middle, and an end.
See, I'm a storyteller.
Bridget's got
See, I'm a storyteller.
that is good.
I know, right?
Okay, I'm going to move into the next part because I'm very curious
Yeah.
to get to the 7 questions
Okay.
here. So here comes a little reflection before we do that, okay?
Okay.
Maybe resilience isn't always saying yes, which
Mm-hmm.
we've chatted about. Maybe resilience is knowing when no is the healthiest answer.
Correct.
Which I think we've talked about
Yeah,
that too.
I think we have.
No to overcommitment.
Yes,
No to exhaustion.
exactly.
No to expectations that aren't yours.
Exactly.
Which I think we've touched on.
Yeah.
So you can say yes to rest.
Yeah.
To
Naps.
naps.
Na,
I
na,
love
na.
naps.
I call them
You like
nana
naps,
naps.
Alex?
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh. Oh my gosh. And the thing is, some people can fall asleep. Do you know, now when I look back and see how my father used to come home from work,
Yes.
while my mom was cooking the dinner,
Did he have
he'd
the
be in
news
his
on the paper?
recliner and he'd be pretending he's reading the paper, and
But
he's
he's
like,
napping.
he's not, he's taking a nap.
Yeah.
Now mine is, and I need a good 2 hours, and that's why I love being self-employed, because I can set my own time.
Go have a nap when you want.
If I need to take a nap between 2 and 4,
I do.
I do.
You do.
And if sometimes it's a little bit later, which is not a good time because then you don't sleep well at night, but nothing past 6 o'clock is worth taking a nap for, right? But somewhere in your day, if you've got enough capacity to take a nap and then know that you can then, when you
Right.
wake up, you can then keep on going till 7, 8 o'clock,
Right.
it goes back to, I look back at the
Recharging.
Spanish, how they have their fiesta.
Yeah.
Right?
The siesta. Yes.
Fiesta. Yeah, I call it
Well, it's probably a
yeah.
fiesta of sleep. So.
It is a siesta, right? But yes, that to me is setting a boundary, if you like.
Yes. And to do that, it's yes to rest, yes to family, yes to joy, yes to purpose, and yes to yourself.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay.
I love that.
All right. I haven't got the signal from Alex, so I think we got time to cover this.
Okay.
So this is the 7 questions.
Okay.
So this is the one that we ground every episode in.
Grounded.
And a couple of my guests today found out that the questions for each episode are slightly different.
Okay.
But it's to the topic and a little bit to the person. So but
Okay.
there are generally 7 questions. So
Okay.
here we go. You ready for the first one, Bridget?
Go for it.
What's one small moment of joy that's been grounding you lately?
I think it's going back to being able to sit outside both morning and night.
The morning and night.
And
Your bookends.
it's in the morning, the birds. I'm not a
Birds.
birder per se, but oh my gosh, as I've got older, those birds are like my sanctuary, and they're so freaking loud at the moment. They
They're
are
chatting, aren't they?
Oh my gosh, they are. And in England, we have something called a minor bird, and a minor bird
bird.
mimics sounds.
Birds.
I don't know which bird it is that's sitting in my big tree right now,
Right.
but it goes through this cacophony of
Good word.
sounds that are like, it repeats it 3 times, then another sound 3 times, then another sound 3 times. It's like somebody's alarm clock,
Oh, yes.
right? That
Yeah.
it continuously goes off, but it keeps playing a different sound, and it's so loud. Anyway,
That's
I actually,
great.
that's kind of my little zen
That's your
moment.
joy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, question 2. When you think about resilience, what's a moment you're really proud of? Or maybe there's more than one. But
I think
you
where I'm
of
at
one?
right now.
Where you're at right now.
Because of the resilience that I had to find within myself to lift myself up. pull up my big girly pants and just get on with things, right? Because I had to. There's nobody else here for me. And
Yes.
there was a little sad moment going through what I've gone through where I realized I have no family here. Now, my family are all back in the UK, and it is only a 6-hour flight. And the power of the internet and, you know, being able to FaceTime my friends and family is all, like, it's fantastic, and I love it. But there's nothing better than being able to just go to your mum's house.
Right.
Around the corner, or whoever.
It's that next level, right? You're talking about levels.
Yeah.
FaceTiming, phoning, traveling.
Thankfully, I do have some amazing friends who've been so supportive and have done things for me and gone above and beyond and are still doing so. So they are my lifeline right now.
Yeah.
So
They're your,
getting to where I am has been a journey, but one of the best journeys I've ever been on.
Right. You got
and we
your
talked about, you know,
high quality,
to me,
low maintenance friends.
I've never had the goal.
Right.
Because I've always believed in the journey.
Right.
I have loved the journey that I've been on. As painful as it's been, it has been so amazing.
You're in the middle of your story.
There you go.
All right. Thank you for that. Question 3. What helps you recharge when your capacity feels low? And have you finally stopped apologizing every time you say no? Or are you still working on that?
I've not stopped apologizing, but I don't feel the need to.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so maybe in the past I would have done and said, oh, I'm sorry, I really can't come to that, and make some excuse.
Right.
Now I don't say that. I just say, you know what, I'm busy, or I'm actually having a do-nothing day.
Like that.
I call it that.
Yeah.
It's simple as, you know, if they've asked me to do something and I know that I can't because my capacity's low.
Capacity's low.
Rather than tell them the whole shebang, I'll say to them, this is actually my do-nothing day, and I really need to do that.
Yeah, I'll catch up with you later another time.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not ashamed to say that. There was another part to that question at the beginning.
What helps you recharge?
Okay.
So you said a do-nothing day. So are there things on the do-nothing day that you look
shall
forward to?
I tell you what that can be? It can be anything. But
is it explicit?
No.
Okay.
No. I can watch the worst
Oh.
TV trash in the world.
Yeah.
And, you know, I won't even tell you half of the stuff I watch. But I literally can zone out.
Right.
I can watch this. Because I'm having intellectual conversations with people all the time, watching TV trash, if you want to call it that.
Like a reality TV show of some sort, right?
Whatever it is. Whatever it is. I'm not going to name a name, but whatever it is, I can watch that. I can eat junk food.
Right.
I can eat sweets, candy, you name it, and sit there and just veg. Do you ever use that word over here when you're vegging?
Yeah.
Vegetation, veg?
Yeah, very 80s, but it's totally in.
It's okay
so
to use
it
that.
sounds like it's guilt-free.
Yes.
Shame-free.
Oh, God.
And just making choices for yourself.
Right. And going back to taking the batteries out, some people need more than a day. And some in the past, when I've had to explain what that means to somebody, where I'm not even talking, it's not because they may think, what have they done? What have they done? I'm not talking to you.
Yes.
I've had to explain, it's not
you. It's not you, it's
me.
It's
not you, it's me. This is me switching down. I can't, because I don't have the capacity, create a conversation with you. So if you're trying to get something out of me, don't ask me right now.
Do you think, I often thought about that where I know I've recognized in myself where I've gone over and I just overextended myself.
Yes.
And now looking back
Burnt
at my
out.
age, I've looked at it, I've burnt out, but I also realized that some issues that were created, had I not gone to the thing and just went home, because then where are you in your state of your mind or your physicality or whatever it is, my energy's low and you do get grumpy or you say something that maybe if I was rested, maybe I wouldn't have said it. I don't know.
Right.
But do you think that leads into some problems that people have because the expectation is you always say yes and you should go out. You're not coming out, Bridget. You're not coming out. And you're like, I don't want to come out. But you went out. And I listen to friends that have kids that are experiencing going to the bar for the first time.
Yes.
And now when I listen, I think back to when I was there, I'm like, they've worked all day. They're going to there. And they're doing all the things they do.
I know.
And they're in a fight. I'm like, are they just overtired? Are they like littles when they get tired?
Or they're hangry. Or they're hangry
hangry.
because they've not eaten when they should have.
Right.
right?
Because you got to be
now,
out 'cause
and now
of fear
we're
of missing
sounding
out.
now we're sounding like our parents.
Totally.
And we said we'd never be. Okay, so yes, I have said yes when I should have said no. I remember going to a party one Christmas time where I was invited by a lovely couple where I didn't know a soul but this
Oh,
couple,
yes.
and I'm going on my own.
Yeah.
And I walk into this environment where there's not a single person other than the couple that have invited me. And I felt like a duck out of water.
Right.
But I pushed through. I went and pushed myself into
Yeah.
groups of people to say hello. I did the awkward thing. I way above and beyond. And then I said my goodbyes and ran the hell out of there and went home and was so proud of myself. But
I'm
oh my
done.
God, I'm done.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay, question 4.
Yeah.
Who has helped you understand healthy boundaries?
Brene Brown.
Brene Brown. Yes, that's a good person to reference.
Gosh, who has? Everybody I've made a mistake with.
Okay, that's interesting.
Either they've made a mistake with me or I've made a mistake with them. Learning. Life's a learning curve, and I'm on the biggest learning curve of my life. I don't think I'm ever going to get off because
Yeah.
I'm such a curious person. I love learning.
Yeah, I love the learning, and I think the inverse to that is an interesting one too, unlearning.
Now, there you bring up a good question or a good point, because somebody once said to me, you've got to unlearn that beep, fill in the blank. And
Alex, don't fill in the blank.
And I honestly found that to be a little disrespectful because they expected me to unlearn it immediately.
Oh, right, expectation again.
So when you have lived a life where you've only known a certain way and you've only known it to be that way, and then suddenly society changes and,
Right.
let's talk about diversity, let's talk about racism, because I've witnessed both of those and been a part of it. It's taken a while for my brain or my actions or my way of looking and thinking about something a little longer than expected. So when people come up to you and go, just unlearn that, I think they have to give grace to people who perhaps can't unlearn it overnight.
Right.
That's all I'll say on that.
Right. And I think it's a choice too.
Yes.
Because you said it's familiar, and to change a pattern, you do have to unlearn that pattern.
Right.
Right. And again, if you do it like this, that's the fix. We don't want the fix.
No, we want it to be...
We want sustainable change and capacity.
We don't want to be ignorant. And so we have to learn certain things to unlearn certain things.
They're connected.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, number 5. I think you've touched on this, but if you want to expand or add something, what's one boundary that's made your life healthier?
Being kind to myself.
Being kind to yourself.
Yeah. I'm a lot kinder to myself. I've learned to love myself, which I think I went through a stage where I wasn't, and maybe that was the depression. Depression does that.
Right, it grabs in.
And for all those that have suffered with depression, there's so many different levels. And for people who don't understand it, I've tried to explain that it's a bit like, imagine your brain is a room full of filing cabinets. You've got 100 filing cabinets.
Yes.
And in front of each filing cabinet is one person responsible for each. One filing cabinet would say 10 drawers in it.
Yeah.
As the information comes into your brain, that one person, he knows which filing cabinet it goes in. So he goes to that person, here it's yours, and that person knows it's in that drawer and it's in that file.
Right, yeah.
That's a good, healthy working brain. When you're dealing with depression, however severe, your capacity and the people working in your filing cabinet room have all gone on strike.
Right, they're not there.
They're not there. You might have one person, and
Trying to handle all
all
of
the
it.
information is just created this massive pile of information that's in the wrong filing cabinet. It's upside down, inside out.
And you throw in a fog on top of it.
Okay. So whether you have to do your own self-help, which is very healthy, plus you may need medication, which is also healthy for the right time and the right person. That is like somebody's gone to a temp agency and said, okay, give me help.
Yep.
Now those people are coming in and they've no idea where the filing cabinets are and
they
where they
don't
go,
know it.
but they're a spare pair of hands.
Yep.
And what happens over time is gradually that pile of information gets shorter and shorter and smaller and smaller, until eventually those that are on strike eventually come back one at a time. And now you're back to a healthy order again. But that can be a month. It could be 6 months. It could be a year, depending on
who you are.
And who you are. And I think if only other people could have the capacity to give grace to those that need it, and the space to allow them to heal in the time it takes for them to heal.
They need to do. That's great. Number 6.
Okay.
How do you encourage others to protect their well-being, Bridget?
Start loving themselves first.
What do you mean?
Well, how can you love someone else if you don't love yourself? And we have to love friends. We love our human beings that are in our circle in many different ways, and there are many different forms of love, right?
Yeah.
And the relationships that we have, when we are giving out our energy to somebody that receives it in the way that we'd like it to be received, that's a form of love, right? And I believe that if you can love yourself first, you can put aside anything that's niggling you, that can affect how you deal with other people. If you're frustrated over something, are you positive 100% that frustration's not being passed on to the person you're speaking to?
Of course it is.
Right? The energy is being transferred whether you know it or not.
Yeah.
So let's just say if we can start being kinder to ourselves first, bit like when you're on an airplane and the oxygen masks come down.
Yes,
the adults
that's a
have
good
to put
analogy.
you've got to put it on yourself before you can help anyone else. So that's what I believe.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
All right, here is the final question, which I love asking people.
Okay.
So if you could tell your younger self one thing about boundaries, what would it be?
Don't be afraid to say no. And don't be afraid to ask questions if you don't understand something.
Asking questions for understanding.
Because a lot of the time, there are young people out there who have a very good understanding of the words you're using, but do they understand it in the context you're using it? So don't be afraid to talk to a smaller person, be it yourself or somebody under a certain age. Talk to them like an adult. Allow them to ask the questions so that they understand something, because the amount of times that I've gone to school where somebody just told me to do something and I don't know why I'm doing it, the minute I know why I'm doing something, I'm more likely to embrace it and do it for the right reason.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that would be me.
Thank you, Bridget.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me here.
There's a lot to think about in this conversation. I want to thank Bridget for her time and Alex, the producer.
Thank you, Alex.
Here's our final reflection for today.
Okay.
Maybe boundaries aren't something we build because we care less. Maybe we build them because we want to keep caring for a very long time. This is the Joy and Resilience Practice, helping you thrive one story at a time. Stay rooted in joy and keep rising in resilience. Take care of you, and we'll see you on the next episode.